Some great performances from Mikel Arteta's side. I just want to know from you, firstly, how impressive are your youngsters? And what happens next with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang with the transfer window coming up? 03717 at 223344. Carlton, what do you think? How impressive were these Arsenal youngsters, not just yesterday, over the past few weeks?
Well, I mean, they've done very, very well. They're playing a brand of football. I said before, when Mikel Arteta first took over, they didn't have any kind of identity. I felt that he was trying to mould them into a Man City type of team without actually having the Man City type of players. He's now found a way of playing, identity that is quite synonymous to how Arsenal used to play before, which is, under the likes of Lee Dixon, Nigel Winterburn, Tony Adams, that type of side. They're playing the high press. They've got young players who can get around the field. They retain the ball. They've got good pace in the side. They're looking a very, very good side at the moment.
Let's hear it from Mikel Arteta, the man himself, celebrating 2 years in charge. There's been some wobbles along the way. The club, though, has supported him. And since he stripped the captaincy from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, it is now 5 consecutive wins and 19 goals scored for Arsenal. Arteta, understandably delighted.
The direction the team is taking, how we are growing, the understanding between players, obviously, that they've been playing now for a few months together. The unity that we show in general, and the support that we are getting, and in every ground from our supporters is very much linked with the way we can transmit the way we want to play. So I'm really pleased with that as well.
Mikel Arteta, the Arsenal boss there, very, very pleased. I've got to say, having seen the performance, Norwich City, I mean, look, you can only beat what's in front of you, but some really basic errors, and you really hope that Dean Smith, a manager who many felt was unlucky to lose a job at Aston Villa, can cut some of those, what he called at the end of the game, unforced errors out from Norwich's play. Aside from that, though, Arsenal, they sieve through them at times. I thought Bukayo Saka in particular just started to show some real confidence, some real quality. The player that got him back into the England fold, to begin with. We saw a little bit of a lull in his play at the end of last season, but I think he's coming right back into form right now. Emil Smith-Rowe scoring once again, 3 games in a row, all of them off the bench. Martin Ødegaard, I thought, was superb in this game. It was a very strong lineup, maybe surprisingly so, but Arsenal's next game against Wolves is off due to COVID-19 in the squad at Molineux. Where do you think Arsenal are right now? Can they get into the top 4, Carlton?
Well, you have to say the way they're playing at the moment, they've got a realistic chance of being in the top 4. I still think Manchester United are going to have something to say about that, and so will Spurs. We'll have to see. They are going well at the moment. The youngsters are playing very, very well, and confidence comes from winning games and scoring goals, and they have got that. But realistically, you've got the top 3 there, which is Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea. I think those 3 are going to fight it out for the title. Then you're looking at Arsenal, Tottenham, West Ham, and Man United. I mean, normally we'd be talking about Leicester in amongst all of that, but that doesn't seem to be the case this season. I don't think they can get in the top 4 now. So yes, Arsenal are in a good position, but let's not forget, this is 2 years since Mikel Arteta has taken over, and Arsenal should be challenging for a Champions League spot. It's
a bit of a lesson, though, isn't it, to football club owners and chairmen up and down the pyramid to maybe support your manager, because Arsenal, we've had many fans at Arsenal over the years, very vocal about what they think over the coaching, not just when Mikel Arteta was in charge, Unai Emery, Arsene Wenger as well. And the club has had to stay strong that it was going to move in a new direction by appointing Arteta with the young signings that they've made. There is a new strategy there. We're beginning to see, some early green shoots, if you like, in terms of these young players coming through. But Arteta is also improving as a coach. And that's very important. I was listening to Ben White speak to Jim White earlier on this week on talkSPORT, talking about how he feels Arteta is the best manager that he's had during his career, What do you think the best things are about his coaching?
Well, the thing is, you evolve when you become a manager. You evolve. You're always learning. Situations that happen, you learn from them. You learn how to deal with them better, and also, so therefore, you become a better manager. You become a better coach. Mikel Arteta, obviously, when he went into Arsenal, you could see that there were a lot of players there that needed to be cleared out. That had to be done. And once you've done that, that process of taking the club back up to a team that's going to be challenged for the top four is not easy. And if you're going to go down the route, I mean, like in the transfer window, they spent the most money. And I think they'll go again. I mean, listening to the owners, they feel that they've only done one part of the phase, and the next part of the phase is going to happen in the next transfer window if they can get the players in that they want to get.
Where do you think they'll be highlighting? I mean, there is, of course, the forward line at Lacazette out of contract in the summer. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang doesn't look like his future's at the club either for me. No, I don't think either one of them will feature in next season at Arsenal. They've made it clear the route that they're going to go down. They're going to go down with good young players. So that's what they I think there's more to this Aubameyang situation than meets the eye. I don't think it's just about showing up late.
I don't think it's just about discipline, because if it was just about discipline, you'd have kept that behind closed doors. I know if you strip him of the captaincy, you have to make that public. But like I said, if it was just about discipline, I think this is about him earning 350 grand and not being anywhere near his best. He looks as if a lot of his goals he scored previously had come from pace. He looks to have lost half a yard of pace. And so therefore that might be why he's not firing.
But they just gave him a huge contract. I mean, they must have foreseen that, given his age, that he wasn't going to have the same physical talents for all of the years that they've signed him on for.
Well, for sure. I mean, to score the goals, 68 goals in 128 appearances is a fantastic return. So let's be real here. Let's not talk about somebody who's not been successful at Arsenal. But I just feel that they were put in a position. I think what did he score last season? Was it 15 goals? But they were 15 important goals for them. So I think they were put in a position whereby they had to do something they really didn't want to do. They had to re-sign him. They probably didn't want to give him a 3-year contract, but he wouldn't sign a 2-year contract. And that's why they've been left in the position that they have. So they've made the decision now, I think, to move him on, which is what they're going to have to do. I think it's going to be very unlikely that somebody's going to want to touch him on that type of money. So they're going to have to either pay him off or use him. I still think he's got something to offer to Arsenal. You don't all of a sudden, be scoring 20 goals in the Premier League and then stop scoring. He still scored 7 in all competitions, 4 only in the league. But I think if he plays, he will score goals. But it's a strategy that they're going to do going forward. They're going to go with the young players. So I think Aubameyang will be gone. So I think they'll be looking to bring in a striker. Maybe they'll be in a position to go for Haaland. I don't know. I think a lot of people will do, because you see what it represents. You've got to understand, Haaland's 22. So if you get him out of his clause at 62 million. If you give him, say, 30-40 million, you're still at 100 million. If you're buying Harry Kane 110 million and then 50 million on top, there's 160, and then he'll be 32, 33 at the end of the contract.
I just can't see Haaland wanting to join Arsenal at this point in time with some of the teams he's been linked to. But let us know what you think. Who do Arsenal need next, and what position? 03717 223344. Spurs and West Ham fans, how likely are you to finish in the top 4 now? Let us know what you think. We'll be back next on talkSPORT.
Jim White and Simon Jordan, Monday to Thursday morning, 10 till 1. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.